So, this video wasn't originally going to be in this specific style. Long story short, I wanted to do a premiere of a new sort of rapid-fire review kind of show, kind of in the vein of Why You Know Review or Trailing Edge, if you're familiar with those particular kinds of formats. I collected 50 albums, and I was just gonna do like just a sentence or two on each one, and I actually had that video more or less finished. All it needed were the finishing touches, but my Mac decided to blow up on Christmas Eve. Oh, again, long story short, that version of the video is most likely chewed up and spat out, and it's likely gone. But in the meantime, I didn't want to leave you guys hanging, and I still wanted to do this video. Like I say, there's a lot of stuff I didn't get the chance to touch on in 2018 for one reason or another. 2018 was a crazy, busy, and frantic and frustrating ass year, for me personally at least it was. But there were a lot of albums I didn't get the chance to cover, so I figured we would spend just a little bit of time on 50 albums that I didn't get the chance to talk about really quick in a new series that we're debuting right now, which I'm calling FIMI. Or, fuck, I missed it. We have 50 albums to go through and not a ton of time to do it in, so let's power through this, punch through these albums. If we do another one of these FIMIs, it'll be in a more, it won't be like this, unless you guys just love this style of video. As much as I'm rambling, I probably doubt that. But, yeah, let's just plow through these real quick. Okay, starting with... Man, after everything this band has been through with all their lineup changes and all the internal band drama, it's nice as hell to see that this album turned out as well as it did. Like, I was always very ho-hummy about SKELETONWITCH, but with this album, I think I'm officially on board. Well, they did get rid of most of the wank, credit where it's due. Too bad they replaced it with a bunch of low-tempo slosh and bad Radiohead impressions. God, as much as I loved Rose Mountain, I really thought I was going to be into this one too, but I don't know, something about this album just never stuck to me throughout the year. I kept forgetting this album even came out. Like, it's not bad or anything, but it's just so... What were we even talking about? Oh, I wanted to cover this one throughout the year so badly, guys. I really did. Stuff just kept coming up. I'm sorry about that, but yeah, even though the fan base was weirdly sour on this one, I totally don't understand that. I loved this record. I thought this was the best album they've probably ever done up to this point. It's the only one of theirs that's held my interest for any amount of time. Seriously, good job, guys. Way to bounce back from hard times. You know, out of all the noise rock I listened to this year, yeah, this was easily the best thing the genre put out. But if you guys saw my low or even my old girl band review, you know, noise rock just isn't a genre I really fuck with. So, it's good, and I did enjoy it, but it's not album of the year material, not for me at least. Please don't fret, I'm sure this album will stay very well moistened by all the other critical tongue baths it's been getting. It's just not getting one from me, okay? Remember when Fantano reviewed this album and was all like, oh god, it's so bad, guys, it's so bad, it's like one of the worst of the year, bad album, oh my god, how is it this bad? And like, you know, like the rest of us who are a bit more familiar with these genres, you know, and whatnot, the rest of us were sitting back looking like, Dude, of course it sucks. It's Godsmack. The fuck were you expecting, man? Oh, those were good times. But yeah, this album is salted balls. I just do not understand why people still listen to this band in 2018. Especially when there's so much, you know, good goth you could be listening to. Like, this is the dollar store version of goth. This is knockoff goth. This is Nickelback goth. Not at all helped by the fact that their lead singer really sounds like Chad Kroeger. No, I am not gonna drop that. It's weird. I cannot say I saw this change coming, especially for these guys. If you'd have told me As It Is was going to release a really dark and bleak record, I'd have probably given you a really weird look at the outset, but the more I listen to this record, the more it kind of grows on me. I think I like it, and I think I'm officially intrigued for what might be next for these guys. There may be more in there than we thought there originally was. Interesting stuff. What do you get when you stick an indie rock band in the same room with a black metal producer? You get one hell of a Cloud Nothings record, that's for damn sure. Again, we've got the screaming females problem with this album, in that I didn't hate it, but man, was this one forgettable. There were a lot of fine but forgettable albums in 2018, and, you know, as much as I loved the Wonder Years' last record, this was just another album that did nothing for me. I don't know, people. Yeah, I'm sorry, I totally wasn't feeling this. This feels like the forgotten trilogy album that we somehow never got, only reconstructed through weird and awkward meets. Look, if this is just a thing Billy Joe Armstrong is gonna have to get out of his system every once in a while, thank God he's not tarnishing the main band with it anymore. You know what? Credit where it's due, From Ashes to New dramatically improved on this album. They really did. They still aren't what I would call good, though. It says a lot about the band that improving so dramatically only elevated them from awful to forgettable. They kept themselves off my worst list this year, so congratulations? God damn it, every critic I know is just lining up to tongue this album's precious little balls. Which means there isn't as much room at the table for me to tongue its balls as well, because man, this album really was as good as people kept telling me it was. Like some of the best indie rock that came out in 2018, period. Get tonguing. Oh man, this was some dirty metal. Do y'all like dirty metal? This was a dirty ass, dirty metal album. Damn. So dirty. Ich ham 5 Tube in mein Dube till rein too. My flube! Flube! Ich ham right flute! Ich reif dude. I fell in love and it was brutal, and then I killed a doggy somehow because I'm the edgiest of edge boys. Yeah, Album of the Year candidate. Album of the Year candidate. Bam. Oh. Fuck, that hurt. I'll say more on my worst of the year list. Just fuck this album. Okay, look. I know this album was raising money for a good cause. It's a cause I actually wholeheartedly believe in, so good on him in that respect, but what the fuck were some of these song choices? Oh my god. More on my worst of the year list. Just yikes. You know, I was hot on this one when it first dropped, but I gotta admit, as the year has gone on, its effect has definitely cooled on me. Like, HAKEN is a very good band, but they really need to find themselves a good producer to bring out the best in them, because this album didn't. This album was so sexy, I think it got me pregnant. I don't even know how the fuck that's supposed to work, but goddamn, good job, Halestorm. It was good for me too. You know, I honestly think this is one of Father John Misty's better albums to date. I love how personal and real the lyrics feel on this one in particular. But, after 2017, 2018, not to mention the full blast of pure comedy, I do not have much more room in my soul for Father John's negativity. Someone give this dude a Xanax and a hug before he becomes an entire negative zone. Please? No! Oh, just look at this! Look at this! Hello, ma'am. May we alt rock for you? Oh, no, this album gargles my asshole. No! You know, for as much as people are trash-talking this album, I'd honestly say it has the From Ashes to New issue going on with it, where this is a dramatic improvement. I prefer the fuck out of this album over Evolve. Doesn't mean it's any good. They've gone from outright horrid to just being boring and forgettable and who cares again. Congratulations. I really dug this album. This was a nice change of pace from Laura Jane's usual output. It felt a lot more chill, a lot more laid back. You know, I could dig with this. This was a chill record. Except for Chicago, goddamn. But speaking as a Midwesterner, yeah, 5 minutes in Chicago traffic will have you saying those exact same things in that song. Yeah. Some of you with a keen eye have already caught me throwing shade at this album, and yeah, look, more in my worst of the year list is all I can say for now. Though, to be fair, even when we get to this album on my end of the year list, it isn't gonna give me much to talk about. Oh, speaking of, I am probably the last person on the planet who has anything invested in Our Lady Peace at this point, but this album was just a shame. Like, I have been itching to talk about Our Lady Peace for a long ass time now, and it sucks that the first time we'll get to mention them is on this year's worst of the year. Just I only listened to this album for that one joke in my Mania review where I list off the top 10 albums you should listen to instead of Mania that came out on the same day. Literally, I only listened to this album out of spite, but man, I will be damned if this hasn't grown on me big time throughout the year. This is an example of minimalism, of headiness, of electronica elements utilized extremely effectively. This was the year of the beat boops, sure, but not all of the beat boops were bad, and this was a great example of using those elements effectively. Seriously, give this one a shot. You probably missed it on your first go around. But yeah, good stuff. This was a dark horse for me. Much better than the Blood album. I'll certainly give it that. But man, AFI is still having these production issues that just keep weighing their sound down. These guys have got to find a good producer to work with, and fast. Look, I know you guys love Jade, but get him out of the producer's chair before he creates real permanent lasting damage to you guys, okay? I mentioned this one really briefly in my Boston Manor review, but yeah, darker, kind of edgier, kind of alt-rockier, kind of pop-punk-ish music that I really personally enjoyed. It's a style I really like. I would love to see more of this within the next coming years. So yeah, this is one worth checking out. I enjoyed it. See previous review. Look, I don't have time to get into like specifics, but if you liked what I said about Boston Manor and Trash Boat, just pick it up already. It's good stuff, people. You guys know me by this point. I am always on the lookout for good stuff from Japan, and this really caught my interest. A little samey and a little repetitive in places for my taste specifically, but still very intriguing. These gals clearly have a lot of talent, and I have a very funny feeling we'll be seeing a lot of good stuff from them in the future. Like, pretty legit. Pretty legit. God damn it, May! May! Why would you do this to me? Why would you do this to me in December, in the middle of catch-ups, when I'm so busy and so stacked that I would never have the chance to talk about your first album in 11 years that totally wrecks and totally destroys and is so damn good and flying under the radar and just... People, I loved this album. I loved it. Loved it, loved it, loved it. And just... spoiler alert, this is going to be really high on my album of the year list. Like really, really, really high. Get that listen in, okay? I'm just saying, get that listen in. Yeah. There was major hype surrounding James and Jimmy being back in the band and whatnot. But people, the problems with Smashing Pumpkins were never who wasn't in the band. It was who was in the band. And Billy has just been making a lot of boring shit lately. And this album is no exception. It's still got all of the problems that most later Pumpkins era stuff has. And that it's just... okay, who cares? And this one has an annoyingly long title to boot, so... whatever. Okay, look. The music is great. It's very raw. It's very vicious. It's code orange as fuck. I like it. But can... this album cover, are you fucking serious? No, get that away from me. I trying to look at it. Just... put a number up there so we can move on. Oh, I ain't trying to look at that shit, man. Ew! I know Jeff Rosenstock is an artist I should like. Hell, he's produced a lot of albums that I do like. But when it comes to his own music, I don't know, he just never wins me over. It's not bad, but I just... do not get the hype. Look, if this was your jam, then Mazel Tov, but I don't know, he still hasn't impressed me yet. He still hasn't, like, won me yet. I don't know, it's fine. Rolo Tomasi, Brown Town. Check yourself at the door. Give me some more. Give me some more. Give me some more of your Rolos. Oh, yeah. I've been waiting months to do that joke. Yeah, this thing fucking rules.
Hey, guess who forgot to shoot this part of the video when he was originally making the video? Wow, I'm stupid. Yeah, some minor production issues aside, this album kicked a lot of ass. Oh my god. We'll talk more about this on my best of the year list, don't worry. Also, saxophone. More sax. Did not think that was going to be the next big metal trend. Holy shit. I'm not complaining, but who could have seen that coming?
Okay, I am super duper duper late to the party with this band, and you know, while they're doing a lot of stuff I really, really like on this album, and I am very, very impressed with a lot of what I heard, wow, their vocalist, he is, he's an acquired taste, I feel like. He's not bad, but, ooh, again, this could just be because I'm super late to this band, you know. I only just listened to this album this month, so I don't have a ton of spins with it. Maybe it's something you kind of get used to, but no, like, it's good, but yeah. I love how if you change the vocal style of this band, they basically just become AFI. No, I mean it, seriously. Try singing their lyrics in Davey Havok's voice. It totally works. Yeah. Lemmy would have been proud. So with this album, imagine if Neil Young had actually embraced the trends and sounds of the 80s instead of spending most of them dicking over his record company and doing goofy shit. This might have been what that would have sounded like. And I dig it. I dig it. Wonderfully melodic pop punk we have going on here. Really, really catchy stuff. But okay, is the lead singer alright? These lyrics are... This is almost Father John Misty levels of, like, depressing and sad and just, dude, like, wow, good music, but please take your meds, okay? Really smoky, really seductive rock music from Black Honey here. Another band from Brighton, of all places, just really smooth and sultry and soulful and just so... Like, if I called this band slutty, y'all would know I meant that as a compliment, right? I totally mean that as a compliment. This is good stuff. You know, I never got on the Hopes Fall train back in the day, but after hearing this album, it makes me think I probably should have. Is that a rabbit hole worth falling down? This album is kawaii. I do not get all the anti-hype surrounding this album. Apparently there was a big fan backlash to this one. I don't know, it sounds like Dance Gavin Dance to me. I don't know what the problem is. It's admittedly not quite as good as their last record, I'll give that, but it's fine. It's still Dance Gavin Dance. I don't know what else you people would want. Ooh, super chill record, this one. Amazingly chill. Maybe just a little too chill for my personal tastes, but you know, if you need something to play in the background and that, you know, that lo-fi hip-hop live stream is kind of burned out on you, hey, it's a nice alternative to throw on. I dug it, even if it's not, you know, the most electrifying album out there. Again, it's always nice to chill, especially in 2018. I just wasn't feeling this one. I'm sorry. A nice little debut album here, a bit repetitive in places and not the most original thing I've ever heard, but I definitely see the potential there. A good little slice of indie rock you might not have caught this year. I see potential. I could see this band potentially doing better things here, but hey, this one's okay. Whew. Again, like with Screaming Females and the Wonder Years, I thought I was gonna like this album a lot more than I actually ended up liking it. I don't know. The more spins I've given this album, the less of an effect it has on me. It's just, again, not bad, certainly, but just so fine but forgettable. You know what I mean? Just, again, 2018 had a lot of that, so sucks to see Beartooth doing it. I don't know. More people are warm to this album than I am, so don't let me bring you down. Okay, there we go. That's 50 reviews, just rapid fire out the gate. Like I say, some of these albums we'll talk more about on my best and my worst of the year lists when those come around. Guys, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for supporting the Rock Critic in 2018. Like I say, you guys have made this, despite how blechy this year felt in places, you guys have made this one of the most successful, one of the most engaging, one of the best years we've had over here at the show. So again, thank you for all of that. You guys, even when the music sucks, even when the years drag on, even when we have hard times, you guys really make this worth doing. So again, thank you very much for tuning in, supporting the show, and just making this job as much fun as it is. So guys, thank you very much. Stay tuned in January. Best and worst lists are coming. As long as I can get my goddamn computer fixed. But yeah, more stuff is coming down the line in January. I look forward to putting it out. And guys, thanks for watching. And remember, the only opinion that really matters is your own. Cheers.